Was it Saturday night we were talking about this? I think it was Saturday night. That is pizza, I guess. It is food. So, okay, the song's getting, okay, we'll let the song finish for the memes. Okay, so, that is pizza. So I think, was it Saturday stream we were talking about that we were going to have Tim Hortons. For those that don't know what Tim Hortons is, it's a Canadian food vendor known for coffee and donuts. It's a very Canadian thing for a Brazilian company. So a couple of years ago, it got bought out. Actually, I think they originally like merged with Wendy's, and then they ended up getting bought out by, or bought by RBI, Restaurant Brands International, which is the same company as KFC and a few others, I think, or Burger King too. So anyways, they've been circling the drain for years. They're everywhere in Canada. So Canadians, Tim Hortons, they're ingrained in Canadian culture, but the shit. And they try to come out with stuff to try and recaptivate the market instead of, you know, going back to what they were good at. Last year was burgers. Now they have pizza. Now the pizza, I watched them make it. I went in and watched them make it. It's not frozen. It's a flatbread, like just a regular, like cooked but not like cold flatbread. They put the sauce on it, they put the cheese, and then they put it in the pepperoni. I figure cheese and pepperoni. And then they put it in an oven for 1 minute. And then it comes out and you got a pizza. So I haven't eaten today. This will be the first thing I eat today. Hopefully it stays down. I don't have high hopes, but I do want to get, I missed it. Harry Phillips Lament, 5 Acoustic Community memberships. Cheers. And who's the other one? JATMN, $15. Cheers. Music's crazy loud. I eyeballed the volume. So it's cold already. I bought this 15 minutes ago. It's room temperature already. It was hot. I don't smell a thing. It smells like bread. So it's a flatbread. It's advertised as a flatbread pizza. It's also $8.99 plus tax. I'd trade this for a Lunchables pizza. There is like no flavor to this at all. I don't have I ain't no, you know, I don't have a massive palate. I'm a very steak and potatoes type person. This has like no flavor. at all. Like, there's nothing to this. This is horrible. This is my lunch. Their sauce, yeah. They have like a squirt bottle. It's got 2 little nozzles on it, and she went doop, doop. That's it. And you can tell it's all measured. And then she used a cup, and she measured out the cheese, and she used exactly 1 cup's worth of cheese and exactly however many pepperonis. This has no flavor at all. Maybe it's better when it's warm. I'm hoping it's better when it's warm. This has like no flavor at all. Like, it was hot. It was hot. Like, she gave me the box and it was hot on my hand. But like, this is horrible. Like, it's edible. Domino's is better. Little Caesars. I'd take a Little Caesars hot and ready any day over this. Oh, like, it's not, it's edible. Like, you won't die eating that. It's not like it's revolting. It's got no flavor though. Yeah, if this was Saturday, it would be an adult beverage to follow that. What are we doing today? We're doing RatRig Chewsdau on a Wednesday. I will try some more of that later, but I have been doing resin printing things. So I've been doing some resin printing. I've got a, this is on the Anycubic. I might end up doing a video on it, I think. This is a Balrog of Morgoth. Is it Morgoth? Balrog of Morgoth. This is a Photos Mint model, I believe. And then I did, I'm printing the hat. This is from a previous print, but I got Ronnie and Melina from Elden Ring because I'm playing Elden Ring again. It sucked me in. So yeah, I'm just printing a bunch of stuff in resin now because that's how it works with me with resin. I won't touch it for like months and then I'll just print a ton of stuff, but it's a mess. It is a mess because it's resin. So there's that. I know the stream wasn't yesterday. Yesterday I rebuilt my computer, my main computer upstairs. I got some upgrades for it, used upgrades, but upgrades nonetheless. And that took longer than I expected. So I finally got the computer to boot and I looked over and it's like, shoot, I got to stream soon. And you know how I set up my thumbnails and everything is all on the computer, which is blanked. And I just said, I'm not gonna rush it. So I'll just, we'll do it at another time. So I moved it to today. So I'm at Lucaria. I gotta go fight the boss there. So that's where I'm at in that game. Anyone want a spare EMS? On the ground you go. Actually, I need that because that's the spare up there actually. So Friday stream, we're gonna be rebuilding this stream computer. So I'm doing some upgrades to this stream computer because what used to be my computer upstairs, this guy, has had a bunch of parts taken out, and that is a bigger thinky think piece of sand than the one in here. So we're gonna do some upgrades on that. So that will be Saturday's stream, is upgrading that computer, and then probably the home server too. Zombie Hedgehog 149, cheers. What's going on? Is the form activated? It should be. Yeah, 132 people have entered. So if you can't activate the form, hit refresh, because I might have updated it. So yeah, so make sure you enter, because every stream we give away a spool of filament from Polymaker. So make sure you enter for your chance. Link below. Who is smoking Joe? Oh, I got a live chat. I got the music playing? I got the music playing. Okay, good. Which CPU? Okay, so I'm doing the shuffle, and this is the advantage of this is why I like AMD and the Ryzen platform. Is AMD tends to stick with their sockets for a while, unlike Intel, where every like 2 years it's a new socket. So my main computer upstairs had a Ryzen 3700X. This computer has a Ryzen 3100X. My Unraid server is ancient. It's like 13 years old. It's an X5450 based system. So the plan was I can either just upgrade that server, upgrade the server, call it a day, or I upgrade the main computer, take what's no longer needed in that one, move it to this one, upgrade this computer, and then take what's no longer needed in this computer, move it to the Unraid. So this way I get 3 upgrades instead of just upgrading one thing. So somebody reached out. I got a used 3950X, and I had to get a new motherboard and some RAM, and that went in the main computer. The 3700X and the 32 gigs of RAM that used to be up there, because now I got 64, are going into this computer, and a 1070 when it shows up. And then the 3100 in here, and the RAM and the motherboard, well, actually, yeah, the RAM and the motherboard are going into the Unraid server. So, yeah, it's all AM4. So, can the AMS only be used with Bamboo? Yes, the AMS can only be used with Bamboo printers. You're not gonna, unless you'd have to replace the controller, and you'd have to replace all the electronics because it's all custom in there. You'd have to basically redo it from scratch. At that point, don't bother. Way too much work. Just do like an ERCFA or any of the other MMU setups out there. Ryan, $1.99 for the Better Pizza Fund. Yeah, I'm going to Costco after this, so. $39.50, I got a $59. Yeah, $39.50. So here's the thing, gaming wise, barely an upgrade. I did a Time Spy run. Not Time Spy Extreme because I don't have a 4K monitor, but I did a Time Spy run. Before it was a score of like 9,600, and now it's a score of 10,100. So it went up 500 points. Because games are mostly graphics card dependent, and I got a 5700 XT. So while I doubled the amount of cores in my CPU and it's a little bit faster per core, it's not that huge of a bump. However, when your Cinebench score doubles, that's a good day. Also, videos, I did a test render. I re-rendered an old video. Basically, the videos, I used to have like random black frames. You've probably seen it in a few of my recent videos where like it would just go, the screen would go black for a second or two. It's not doing that anymore, so that's good. And then also it renders, and it just, DaVinci runs a lot better. So does Canadian Costco have chicken bakes? They're delicious. Like, they have the rotisserie chicken. So and then also I'm following this, so we're gonna be cutting to this today. I know it's a RatRig stream, but we're probably going to be bouncing around today. Like, we already had pizza time. Relativity Space, okay? They are a company that makes tubes that go to space with a hot end and a pointy end. We're going to be watching this launch in, I think it's 20 minutes roughly. It's a 3D printed rocket. I do 3D printing stuff on the channel. So we're going to watch the 3D printed rocket go to space. Now, this is their first flight. For those, I love space, you know. Elon Musk is a dick, but I love SpaceX, put it that way. So I watch pretty much every launch I can. This is a first launch from a new company. This has already been held. They've put it on hold several times. It was supposed to launch like an hour and a half ago, but they keep bumping, which is good because now it's in my time slot. I can cover it. So expect a scrub, expect it to pointy end the face down at some point. Who knows? First launches rarely go well, but when it does launch, we'll check in 20 minutes when they get closer. So yeah. So we're gonna do that, and then also I don't know. We're gonna build a RatRig, I guess. That's something we should probably do. So yeah, it's pretty windy. The wind ain't looking too good. Oh, the box is heating up. It's disgusting. That's not their first rocket, but it's a new rocket. It's a new rocket. That one didn't do too well. Second engine failed to ignite or something. But it's funny when you watch the Japanese, that rocket launch from that location, they have to do a crazy dog leg. So as soon as they get up high enough, they literally like turn the rocket like 90 degrees and it does a massive dog leg. Okay. I don't think it went, well, they might have self-terminated, they might have remote terminated it, but from what I understand, the second stage engine didn't ignite, so they might have just let it burn into the atmosphere, because it doesn't, it's not in orbit yet, right? So. So yeah. So let's build ourselves a RatRig. So let me pull it up here, RatRig. Okay, so where are we at? Where are we at? So we did that. X-axis, sweet. They did remote destruct, okay. Yeah, it depends. Sometimes depending on where, like, cause you know, for those that play Kerbal Space Program, getting to space is easy, getting to orbit is harder. So if the second engine doesn't ignite, that means it's just gonna go woo and then come back down. And you might not want it coming back down where it's gonna land. Otherwise, you may not care and you might just let it burn up. Okay, so we are on the gantry now. So I need some things. We need this, we need this. So I don't know why it's V-slot. It doesn't matter because it's MGN 12, but it's V-slot 2020 for the gantry. I just finished my V-Core 200. It's quickly becoming one of my favorites. Excited to see you finish it. Yeah, this will be fun. This might end up being the high temp printer, higher temp, because I'm going to be doing some upgrades to some of the parts after the build with some metal. So, okie dokie. So we got that, we got that, we got that. Let's get some printed parts. So I need those printed parts. Is V-slot cheaper than T-slot? I don't know. I don't know if it's cheaper. Need that. What is this in this box? Oh, that stuff. You can go over there. V-slot is more expensive. How high temp? Well, I'm gonna leave Toasty Boy as front falling off hot, but I might use this because it's got a high flow. I might use it for the more engineering stuff, like put a 0.6 nozzle in it and use it for like engineering materials like carbon fiber or whatnot. So, okay, so what do we need here? We need 4 695 ZZs. ZZ, ZZ suit, YYZ, ZZ top. Do I have a video on threaded inserts? I have a short. There is a video on my channel for threaded inserts. So for those, throw a Basel in it. I've heard good things about the Basel. Reach out to them or something. Would you try to print Peak? I've tried Altum. There's a live stream about it. It didn't go well. 6, 7, 8. So it would have been nice. I don't think there's unless there's a bag of extras, which maybe. But there's like no extras for bearings and stuff. There, I do have a bag of extras. Is there bearings in here? No. Okay. Would have been nice if there's extras in here just in case, but it is what it is. I hope there's extra screws because I've totally dropped a bunch of screws. Dog's freaking out. Un momento, por favor. My dogs are barking. BF Dennis gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers. Okay, I'm back. Music? Music. Where'd my music go? There we go. Ooh. So part of the computer upgrade, CamLink Pro, and there was supposed to be something else. Okay. Yeah, this is going in the computer for the upgrade. So right now I use 2 CamLinks, USB. The problem is they're kind of buggy at times, but also because I'm going to be streaming in the garage in the future, I'm going to need more capture devices. I have a laptop that has USB, so I could use the cam links in there, but that would mean I would need more cam links because I don't want to move. I hate moving setups. That's why I have 2 Sony A6000 series cameras, because I hate changing setups. I like setting it up and leaving it. So instead of going sunk cost fallacy and getting another cam link, I'm getting that because it's on sale on Amazon. It was like 200 bucks. Canadian, which is a good deal for it, and so I bought that. So now that'll just take 4 HDMI in, which means in the future, if I have a laptop or something, I could plug that in and use that for capture too. And also, remember the overhead camera that died? The camera that died now lives. He has returned. So this will be useful when I move to the garage. But for some reason, this is working again. So now I have 3 cameras. Fair Frozen 55, $10. Cheers. How's the RatRig build going? Going good. Wanting on V2. Saw your name and print parts list. Do you take color requests or only? Oh, I don't. Okay, am I still on the list for Voron Piff? I don't do that. No, I don't print parts for anyone anymore. It's been a long time since I've done that. I'm doing standard. I'm building this fully stock to start, and then we're going to be doing 2 sets of upgrades. I've spoken to one of the providers of the metal parts. So we might be doing that later, and then also I'm going to be putting a nozzle cam in it. I'm going to make that a video though, so we're not going to do it on stream. So we're going to build this fully stock first and then fiddle with it. Okay. How's the rocket launch coming? Are we still good? Live. 13 minutes. Okay, so how many of these do I need? 8. Oh, 12 shims. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna grab them all, and I'm thinking these are the last of the shims. Okay, so 8 shims. And what are those? aluminium spacers. Aluminum? How many of these do I need? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no, my spaces! Get back here. It's not a hold. They're not a hold. They got 12 minutes to launch. But it's windy, so I got a feeling it's gonna get scrubbed. And then we need 4 M555. M555. What camera to use for the nozzle cam? I'm using the 3DO cam. It's a kit. They sent me that. Originally, I was actually gonna put it in a Voron, and then I didn't. And then I'm gonna put it in here, and I'm gonna wait until this is built so I can do a mod, like do it separately, make it its own video. Do we say aluminum or aluminium? We say aluminum and aluminium. Aluminum. Just said they are go. Ooh, nice. Okay. My pizza should be warm by then, so I'll eat my pizza while watching that. Okay, so assemble the left axis. So really nice on these parts. They have them labeled with L's and R's. So that's really nice. That's one of the things I like about these parts. And I'm gonna correct it now because apparently I've been misspeaking. These are ASA. Apparently I'm trialing them. So it's not an option yet, but they're working on it, and I think it'll be an option. So as it is right now, if you buy the kits, it comes with PETG, I believe. I think that's it, but yeah. Could somebody give me like a 1-minute warning or a 2-minute warning to the launch so I don't miss it? Okay, so, oh, we got a big fat bearing stack I gotta build into that, and then that, okay. So, that's gonna go through that. Oh, no. I guess it makes sense to go through that way. Yeah, there we go, okay. Oh, this is gonna be fun. So, got that. Flange, regular, flange, shim, and then, what is that? Spacer shim? Why spacer shim? Spacer. One second here. Serious question, RatRig or Voron, please help. Dustin, I can't answer that. This machine's not built. I can't give you an opinion on it until I've built it and used it for a while. Like, I can't. These don't move, so there really should be no reason I can't put 2 washers here and then spacer. Like, I'm doing it as the manual says, but if any of the RatRig team are in chat, is there a reason there's a spacer at the bottom? Got it. Like, you should be able, I don't see why not, why you can't put both spacers, both shims here and then spacer. So, the VZ bot, I haven't built a VZ bot. For those new to the channel, I don't really comment on things that I haven't used. Like I can't suggest something I haven't used or something I haven't, somebody that I trust's opinion on. So. Oh, you can do that if you prefer. Okay, cool. So I'll do that in the future because I already got this one. It would be a heck of a lot easier to assemble it. So on this one, we'll do that. So on the right side, oh wait, no, this is, oh, part 2 left. Okay. So now, did I do the wrong half? Well, I guess it don't matter. Or wait. Oh shoot, I put the wrong half together. Ah, dang it. I did it backwards. Okay. So I got to take this all apart. Okay, let's try this the easy way now. Okay. So that goes there. Okay, so washer, bearing, bearing, bearing. Oop. Put on a good camera so you can actually see what I'm doing. Okay. Shim. So we're gonna do 2 shims. 2 shims here. Go. Now we're gonna put the spacers in. There we go. Oh yeah, that's a heck of a lot easier. Okay. So we've done that. And now I gotta do the other side. Okay, so now I'll flip this over. Okay, so now we got, this one's gonna suck. So this one I might as well do it right because it doesn't matter. So we got shim, spacer, spacer, shim, and then a bearing stack. Now I gotta get this guy in there. Gotcha. Ooh, don't want that falling out. Okay, got one. There we go. That was fun. How's my pizza? Uh-oh. It's warming up. It's warming up. Kevin, I suffer from essential tremors. I always shake. It's a medical condition. Thank you for bringing it to light. Okay, right axis, part 1. And did I bump one of these M555s? Where'd it go? Uh-oh. Got one here. Where's the other M555? Oh, it's over here. Okay. So this one is pretty much the same, just the other side. Three minutes, okay. Yeah, at 2 minutes we'll switch over to it. I just figure, you know what? It's not every day you get to watch a 3D printed rocket launch. So why not take a gander at it? Okay, so that is that. Okay, good. And then flip it over. What filament did they use? PLA, actually. PLA. So for those that here, let me mute me, or mute that. Turn this up a bit so you guys can hear. Let me know if that's too loud.
Rock report range status.
Oh, that might be too loud.
Range green.
Range is green. So
And that was
essentially
confirmation that the range is green for launch. We are almost a minute away.
So essentially,
Terminal countdown net is the LD. We are holding at T-minus 70 seconds prior to terminal count to address issue.
hold.
All right, you heard Clay Walker, our launch director there. We are holding at T-minus
Back retracting.
69 seconds to address an issue. We
Holding
are,
at
however,
69
at the same
seconds.
time retracting our
Nice.
strong back. That black truss structure there is the strong back. It'll retract just a few degrees to prepare for umbilical separation. We'll stand by for further updates from Mission Control, and we'll update you on the hold.
Yeah. So basically how it works is it is 3D printed, but essentially it's a MIG gun on a KUKA arm. So they have a welding arm, or a welding gun, a fancy one, on a robotic arm, and it just prints the rocket body. How greasy is the bottom? Yeah, firm hold at 69 seconds. Okay, it is better when it's warmer. I'm just trying to see how long if they're going to reset or if they're going to keep going. May need to clean the PI. Yeah, the grease might get through. Voron rocket when? So fun
As
fact.
a reminder of what our launch director said earlier, this is the last opportunity that our team can call a hold. So the team chose to take that option at T-minus 70 seconds and ensure everything is nominal before we go into our terminal count sequence.
Okay, so it might just be a temp hold just to double check everything.
Again, what you're looking at in front of you is 85% 3D printed, and it is about to fly. Those white clouds you see coming out of the rocket are due to the venting of the chilled gas from the rocket into the humid Florida air out here. That's why the gas condenses into vapor and looks like clouds.
A Voron has not gone to space yet, but stuff printed on a Voron has gone to space. And not like science balloon up to just high atmosphere, no, space. It's still
I'm hearing
bad.
that our T-clock will resume in about 1 minute.
Okay, they're going to resume in 1 minute. So it's still
Announcement
bad.
on countdown. This is the LD. The T-clock will resume in approximately 20 seconds, transitioning to terminal count.
So terminal count means the rocket is on its own. It's doing everything on its own. It's thinking it for itself. So it's 85% 3D printed. That's a lot. So it works a lot for good.
As a reminder, from here on out, when the T-clock resumes, our countdown sequence will be automated and controlled by the internal flight computer.
What went to space? I can't tell you exactly, but somebody who works for a company that does space shit reached out to the team and is like, hey, just so you know. Wind is more an issue at upper level, not at the ground. So if it's windy at the ground, but it's okay up there, it might be okay. Because we do have borons on every continent. We just need one in we need one in Antarctica still. By weight or volume? I'm assuming by just items. Because I think the tube is 3D printed. And a lot of the engine parts on modern rockets are 3D printed as well, because you can get geometries you just can't get with machining. Come on. Didn't they say like 20 seconds? Thoughts on using 4 RatRigs to replace 8 enders? Iceblade. Depends on how much throughput you need.
We are extending the hole just a little bit longer. We're going to stand by for further updates from Mission Control.
It just popped up there. It depends a lot on what your current workload is and your costs. So if you already have the enders...
We have had a terminal count of 4, taking the vehicle and assessing recycle options.
No, they aborted. Aborted. That's it. Hope they got good layer adhesion. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they just scrubbed it.
You heard that announcement from our launch director. We're going to have an update momentarily as to what happened with our automated abort.
Yeah, something. Oh, well. If somebody wants to keep an eye on that and just let me know if something comes up. But I'm gonna resume the building of the printers. Drop that back down. And we'll get the music going again. Oh well. Oh well. Space is hard. Space is hard. Yep, it's easy. It's always easier to recycle than it is to, rebuild the rocket. Okay, so now we're on the right. So right axis part 2. So we've done that. I have a low number of jobs, but I was hoping to increase output as I gain more clientele. I'm going to keep 2 of the under. So here's the thing. The cost of those 4 RatRigs are going to be a big hit, okay? The fastest way to print multiple things is multiple printers. So it might be beneficial to keep those 8 and only get a couple of the RatRigs. It really depends. It really depends also how big are the items you're printing. Because you remember, if you buy 4 RatRigs, you gotta print a lot to make up for those 4 RatRigs, put it that way. So. Oh, they're looking to recycle. Okay. If they give it another go, let me know. And I'll switch over to them. But I'm not gonna sit there and watch the clouds for a bit. Okay, so. Got spacer. I'm going to do 2 shims here because it's easier, and then 2 spacers. There we go. That's a lot easier. That's a lot easier. Okay, so we got that, Okay. Now, if I did it right, they should be mirrored. Okay, I think we're good. How PLA is good enough to build a RatRig? It's quite simple. It's not PLA, it's ASA. And also, if your printer's not enclosed, PLA is actually better than PETG to a point because PLA is stiffer. PETG is nice, you get higher heat resistance, it's not just gonna melt on you the moment you leave it in the sun, but it's stiffer. So you technically get better results, with a PLA part than a PETG. It's just PLA is prone to cracking and, leave it in the sun, it'll melt. So, like for a while, the recommendation on the Voron team was if you can't print ABS and you had to build a Voron, print it in PLA. And then as soon as you get it up, just mad dash printing those ABS parts. Okay. So, we got those. Now we need to put this together. So we need that. We need all that. Okay. Well, we'll go through the list here. Okay. So, M510s. M510. How many M510s do we need? 4. Okay, 4 M510s. Eight M38s. Oh, I already got the nuts together. I already got that all together. Spammer. I see this say hi Hunter. Cool. If you spam it one more time, you're getting kicked. And yeah, that is spamming. So if you do that again, you're getting kicked. Okay. We got that. We got that. 6 2020 nuts. Oh, I think I goofed. Yeah, I goofed. I put. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna fit. There we go. 2020 nuts. 3, 4, 5, 6. Which means these are probably too long, these screws. My hands are gonna get all greasy. Yeah, these are too long. So I need M3/8s, and these are M3 not 8s. Is the Bamboo Lab X1C worth it? Yes, to an extent. Depends on what you're doing. Do they scrub the launch? They're recycling, it looks like. They might recycle, so. Hands are getting all greasy. I'm gonna get my pizza all greasy. Recycling is neat. No, it's not. Better to reduce and reuse than to recycle. There's a reason it's last on the list. How do we feel about the Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder? It's good. I just don't use it because I don't need it. Is the Ender 3 V2 Neo? Nope. Go buy an SV06. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Go buy a Saval SV06. Okay, got that. Got that. What are these? 20 M5 T-nuts. How many of those? 6. Got that. There's a screw storing stream. Yeah, Friday. It's also where we figured out I was going to try the Tim Hortons pizza today. And M512. M512. I know I have a whole bunch of M512s and I don't know where they're at. Oh. No. M512s. Where are my M512s? Shoot. Oh, here we go. I'm shilling the SV06. Shilling implies I'm getting paid to do that, though. And as far as I'm aware, I ain't. Still standing by, still in launch window. Okay. Yeah, we're hoping they recycle. SV06 Plus. I like it. I haven't really used it because I haven't needed to, but it's basically an SV06 but bigger. Okay. So install a gantry fastener. So okay, so M510s. We got 2 there, okay. And then we got 2 T-nuts. Oh, this is gonna be a nightmare. No, I need 4.5 M5. Put an Iron Man helmet on it. I've already printed some big stuff on it. I did the T-Rex skull on it at like 225%. Okay. Oh wait, no. These guys. Okay. LTT sponsored Bamboo hot take and Tom said on Twitter no Bamboo hot take. I don't like doing hot takes. I'm trying to tone down the drama. There's enough drama going on. The LTT video, that's for those that don't know, the LTT channel Short Circuit is a paid unboxing channel. Company come to LTT, go, hey, unbox our thing, and LTT go, give us this money and we'll unbox it in a sponsored video. That's the whole point of the Short Circuit channel, so that people who don't like that kind of content don't subscribe to the channel, and people who just want to watch unboxings watch that channel. That's the whole point of the Short Circuit channel. So Bamboo paid to do a sponsored spot. Whoop-de-doo. Viagra pays to be on Fox News. Whoop-de-doo. Like Tim Hortons pays to advertise on hockey games. Whoop-de-doo. It's a sponsored spot. There's no drama there. As for Tom, I don't blame him. As a content creator, you should see the amount of shit I get. And I don't think my takes are even that hot. Like, heck, I've got other content creators who have vendettas against me for some reason. Because I think, you know, Joe's a decent guy, but oh no. Okay. So loosely thread the 2020 T-nut into each of the M5, assemble step 5. Okay. That's easy. What is this arrow pointing at? Oh, that's just pointing at the whole thing. Okay. So I got to do that for both. Pay for that pizza? No, JATM did. He donated $15. But yeah, I personally do not find content creators doing ad reads controversial at all. I don't know why a TV channel does an ad for something and nobody cares about the channel, right? Sometimes, yeah, so it depends on the ad. But most of the time, you're watching, you know, The Simpsons. Who watches Simpsons anymore? You can tell I don't watch TV that often. But you're sitting down watching The Simpsons, and then an ad comes on, and you don't go, oh, they shouldn't be endorsing that. No, it's a paid ad. But a content creator does a NordVPN ad, and everyone loses their shit. Oh, they're endorsing. No, they're not. It's a paid advertising. That's how it works. I personally don't care. But some people think there's like mad drama in that. Chat MN. Oh, Chatman. Okay, that works. Oh no, he's making money. 46 minutes. Oh, they're recycling? Okay, they did another full recycle. So 45 minutes. Okay. Yay! That's good. So yeah, I don't get the whole content creator does ad read and now there's controversy. It's an ad read. If they're a content creator and that's their job, they need something to pay for things. I mean, it do be how it is though. Oh man. Oh, this is annoying. This is super annoying. Let's see this. Hi. Ah. Why is that so zoomed in? Why is that so zoomed in? Nice 3DP, $5. Cheers for the drinking funds after bad pizza. I'm gonna need that. Okay, this is, you know what? We're gonna do it this way. Oh my god, that's so hard. Oh no, it fell out. Uh-oh. Hey, buddy. Did you have a good day at school? What do you got on your face?
A snowman.
You got a snowman? Can you show everyone the snowman? Now, what's on the other side of your face?
Snowman.
Oh, that's a snowman. What's on this side?
Diamond.
A diamond? And what do you have in your hand?
A little bouncy ball.
A little bouncy ball? Who's in the little bouncy ball?
Chicken.
Is that a cat?
No, kitten.
Chicken?
No, kitten.
Oh, kitten. Yeah, I'm wearing headphones.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? You have a good day at school?
Kitten.
Okay. Okay, can Daddy get back to work? You gonna behave for Mama and then we're gonna go to Costco after?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, big mama.
Yeah, you gotta be nice with Mama. Hey, buddy.
Not walking, mama. I don't want to.
Okay. Zombie Hedgehog 149. Cheers. Okay, let's try this again. This has become the 8th time I've put this together. We're becoming increasingly efficient at it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is a lot easier doing it this way. Okay, install. What do we do? Install that. Install one. Do you know the top slot? Okay. So it looks like there's some. Okay, wait 1 second. Okay, install one 2010 into the top slot and on each end of the 2020 extrusion. Oh, okay, so we put 2 of these in first. Oh, that's for the top, yeah. Okay. Read the comment. There's an easier and better way to do it. Oh, there's comment. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting there's comments on these. Yeah, I'm just doing this whole just slide them in thing seems to be working pretty good, so. But yeah, I still have some. I got 2 slices left. We're saving that for the launch. I don't know why I'm saving that, but I am. But yeah, I love how whenever somebody like goes somewhere like outside of Canada, they get a Tim Hortons and they're like, "We tried Tim Hortons, it's shit," and we're like, "Well, I could have told you that." Now restart the countdown 40 minutes. What are they at right now? Yeah, 40 minutes. So. What's a good camera for Voron 2.4? Any camera you can get. Logitech C920 is like the standard, but I've got a ton of camera. I use. Here's the thing. Are you making fancy time lapses for internet points? If not, you just need to see if you're making spaghetti. Like anything will work. Like the P1P has a 1 FPS camera. I don't mind it at all. I wish it did time lapses. That would be nice, but it doesn't. Just because it makes B-roll shots for me easier in videos. But the 1 FPS, I really don't care. Because all I do is I open it up and go, am I making spaghetti? No? Okay, cool. Minimize. That's all I use the camera for. If you want to get fancy, if you want to do fancy time lapses, what you do is you get a cam link and a DSLR, and you plug that into your Raspberry Pi. Okay, so we got that. Make sure ends are fully inserted into the extrusions before proceeding. Okay, so it says fully insert. So I'm gonna tighten these. I'm assuming they're good. We'll find out. Supports time. Oh, they did. Oh, is that one of the things on the new update? Cool. Here's the thing. I keep meaning to do a review on these machines, okay? In case you haven't noticed, I've had the Bamboo since before launch, and I've had the P1P since before that launch. I've had these for almost 8 months now for the X1. I still haven't done a review yet because things keep changing on them. They keep adding good things. They keep adding stuff and making it better. That's good. But like, go watch some of the first released videos on these things and the gripes. Most of them have been addressed. So that's kind of like why I haven't done a review yet, because it's like I would have said that in my P1 if I did a video on the P1P. Oh, I can't do time lapses and it doesn't have LAN only mode. Well, guess what? Now it could do time lapses and it has LAN only mode. That's it's like every time I sit down, I'm like, okay, time to start thinking about the video. They changed something for the better, which is good, but Wonder if they, you know, got it out the door quick and they're like, we'll fix it in post. Oh God. As somebody who dabbles in computer games every now and then and is absolutely, how do I phrase this? How do I phrase this? Not happy with the state of, we'll just push it out the door and fix it in patches. That better not become a thing with 3D printing firmware. Like, I'm giving them a break on this because this is their first product. But like, if they come out with another printer and it's like, oh, 6 months later we'll add time lapses, then I'm gonna get angry. But yeah, I give them a break because it's their first machine and everything they're doing on it, instead of, you know, just using what other people have been using that's open source and we know works and anyone can implement it and change things. They went and rolled their own firmware because they want to lock their shit down so nobody takes it. You know, open source firmwares do everything these machines do. Whatever. So they're having to deal with that. They could have just slapped Clipper on it and called it a day. But no, we gotta have our own controller. Okay. Now I need to put these in. Wow. So do I screw down these two top ones? Or like there's no screw yet. Oh, now I put it in. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's put this rail in. So where is this one? They're using the consumers to be the guinea pigs. I know, and I don't like that. Like everyone shits on Creality for doing that. I shit on Big Tree Tech for doing that because their Big Tree Tech has been really kind of annoying me lately with the way they've been putting out products and having issues because they don't test them before release. And I'm just, the thing is, at least like the Bamboo product works. They're just making it better. So I'm okay with that. If it came out and there was like severe issues with it that required, you know, updates for it to be functional, yeah, I'd be a little unhappy. But this is just kind of adding features that could have been there but weren't there. So let's just say, is this a bad one? Nope, that one's good. What's my favorite 3D printer brand? Voron. Yeah, it's a Voron model. It's because he's on the Voron team. Thoughts on 3D Chameleon? Is it worth it? I have one. I haven't used it a lot because it's on a Prusa Mini and I don't use that much. But it's a very solid option for those that want a more out-of-the-box experience, but not quite giving full control to something like a Mosaic. It's kind of a mid-ground. You can still tinker with it if you want, but it comes out of the box assembled and you just put it on the machine and follow the instructions. Also, it's compatible with the Bamboo Lab machines. It's cheaper and it's faster than the AMS. It's just, you know, it's a bolt-on. Canned responses. I'm on the Voron team. I can't remember who was it, but some content creator tried to do a hot take against me about how he's always supporting Voron. The only reason he's popular is because, you know, he promoted Voron to get started, and I'm like, the only reason I'm a YouTuber is because of Voron. I started off as making, you know, instructional videos for Voron because I'm on the Voron team. I'm like, really? Some of y'all need better takes and to do some research. I'm okay with hot takes. I'm okay with, you know, taking a spicy take against me or something. But do your research first. So this is nice because this acts like a guide. Look at that wonderful color balance on this. 35 minutes to launch. I think I can fix the colors on here. One second. Let me take a second, see if I can fix these colors, because this is starting to get annoying. Configure video. White balance. Turn that off. No. And go like that, and like, oh, hey guys, we're in Mexico now, and now we're in the Arctic, or it's nighttime on a low budget movie. Right about there, I think. And I think that's pretty much all I can change. I can change my focus or my exposure. Ah! Yeah, I'll just leave auto exposure. Yeah. Turn off low light compensation. Cool. That's about as good as we're gonna get. It's a Logitech C920. I can't record an S log and put a LUT on it. Gabs Labs. $10 cheers. First time is SVO6 been very hard. Some of the nozzles stop touching the print in the middle, and I have a lot of stringing and oozing, but managed to print. What I would recommend, if you're printing with an SVO6, download Prusa Slicer and use the Mark III S Plus profile and just change the bed size to match the SVO6. I use the Prusa profile on my SVO6 and it prints beautifully. It prints as good as a Prusa for a quarter of the cost. So, yeah. Do we ever think we'll ever get a point where 3D print? Nope. Nope. Absolutely not. If anything, the market's kind of shrinking. Well, not shrinking, but I think the market is pretty much grown as big as it's probably going to grow for at-home 3D printing. Because here's the thing. If you give your grandma a 3D printer, what the heck is she going to do with it? Okay? The majority of people have no CAD skills. Okay? The majority of people have no CAD skills. So you're not going to be, designing, oh, the knob on my dishwasher broke, or this one part of this bracket on my, let me just CAD up a replacement. No, majority of people can't do that. There are good tools for those that can use them, but not everyone knows how to CAD. And then also, companies could release the files for everything, but no company's going to do that. You might have a few. Ford has a few things for like the Maverick, but nobody can buy a Maverick because they can't make them fast enough. But it would require, for everyone to have a 3D printer, companies would have to willingly put out CAD models and STLs and whatever file format in the future we use of all their products, so that people can print replacements at home, which they're not going to do because that's lost profit. And people would have to learn CAD, which those aren't happening. So we've got a rail on, cool. And we got a little block there. Okay, so that block is held on with an M518. Ooh. Yeah. That's my take. It would be cool, but it ain't gonna happen. That's not it. Imagine a 3D scanner, cheap and precise. I've got a 3D scanner. I have a 3D scanner. I have a Revo Point. They sent me one, and I tried using it. I did like the little demo, but then I tried to do an actual video on it, and I couldn't, because I don't know how to 3D model. Like, I can CAD, but I can't import something into like Blender, and I'd have to learn Blender. Because when you generate a point cloud of an object, it's not something like you can just easily scan and go. You have to close up the object, for one. I'm trying to find an M518, and I can't. It's just a point cloud, and there's holes in it. You got to fix all the holes. You got to fix, you know, defects. It doesn't always scan perfect. It's another thing you have to learn. And next, ask Grant, 3D Musketeer, about everything that goes into doing scanning, because that's his job. For those that don't know, Grant does scanning. Like that's his big thing. He's got the fancy $20,000 scanner, and that's what that's his thing. So yeah. Ask him about all that is involved in actually making those into an actual usable item. M512. But yeah, I have one. I spent like a whole day trying to get it to a state where I could use it and actually try and make a video out of it. And the most I got was like, this is how you download their software. Here's the demo that comes pre-packaged with it. That's it. And then it's like, I tried to scan my face and I couldn't get it to a usable state, and it looked like shit. And I'm like, I can't properly show this off because I can't demo it in a correct way. So I instead of trying to half-ass it, I just shelved it because I wouldn't have been able to show it off properly. Okay, prepare the Gantry plates. I switched over to Super Slicer and having some okay, never mind. Okay, so we got that. We got what? 4 M5 knot locks. These are M6. It is nice as you go through the build, and the amount of like components in your bin gets less and less, and you're like, we're getting to the end. Where are my M5? Those are M6. Where are my M5 knot locks? M5 knot locks. Where are you? Are you part of the magnet ball? Nope. M5 knot locks. Where? Oh, here they are. They're showing the countdown timer again. Yeah, they got 23 minutes. So. I'm really hoping it takes off, because that's a good 10 to 15 minutes of content. And what's M38? M38, so we need 2, 7, 8. Also, I actually just remembered, I need to figure out a contest for this month on the Discord. Give me ideas for the contest. I forgot I gotta make one. Oops. I'm just thinking this right now. Oopsie doodles. So give me your contest ideas. What should we do for a contest? Remember, it has to be something anyone can enter. So none of that, nothing like CAD up something, because not everyone can CAD. Pizza related contest. Yeah. Drinkware. Well, the weather's getting nice out again, so I can finally finish up my video on a 3D printed quadcopter, because the weather's been absolutely dreadful lately. Bedroom accessories. I try to keep my channel PG. Prints that use the last little bit of filament. Yeah. Oh, do they scrub it? No launch today? Scrubbed? Yeah, they scrubbed it. Okay. Oh well. Is what it is. Depending on when they recycle to, I might, if it's like not a stream day, I might just go live for it, just to cover the launch if possible. That's actually a good idea. Show me your small prints. Yeah, you know what? That's gonna be the contest. That's gonna be the contest. Is the sub 50 gram prints. Sub 50 gram. Because in that way you can use the sample spools. Because you got these guys, like, right? So basically, how much filament is this? 50 grams. So yeah, 50 grams. If you sub 50 gram print. That's gonna be the contest. I'll get the rules made up and whatnot for tonight. How am I gonna make that 2 categories? How am I gonna make that 2 categories? Print in place contest. So the thing is, Dominic, I try to avoid contests. Here's the thing. My contests I like so that anyone can enter, okay? And I try to avoid contests that are just simple print something, because anyone can just grab a file and print it. So functional and non-functional, that could work. That could work. To like just print any, like something that's usable and something that just looks cool. Yeah. That'll work. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. So you got 50 grams of filament. There's something. Okay. I'm using proof slicer, but my filament starts dripping after the auto home on the proof. Got another G code from the where I think my filament isn't good. Gap slabs, maybe, but filament oozing is a common thing. Like your nozzle's hot, so filament's gonna melt and it's gonna ooze out. What you can do to prevent that is on your ending G code, do a retraction. Like on my printers, I do like a 5 mil retract at the very end. So it sucks the filament back up, or relieves the pressure at least. So. Okay, so we got that. We got those on. Install the X-axis. I could do that. Sweet. I don't know why I have all these. I don't think I needed these. Okay, so I'm assuming if you're looking at this from the front, left is on the left, right? Yeah. Most ridiculous enclosure? No, because then somebody would do something unsafe. We can't have that. Like, I'll admit, I've thrown a garbage bag over a printer before to print ABS, but just because I've done it doesn't mean you should do it. And considering I'm one of those, community type people now, who's an influencer, it would probably be bad if my shenanigans got somebody hurt, or people would just be like, you can't do that, it's not safe. Okay. Pull us to the. Oh wow. Just a little racked. So when are they recycling to? That is, when's the next launch window? Nothing from Everyday Astronaut yet. Okay. I don't know yet. Okay. Rice and super glue. I thought that was Mr. Noodles. Possible, but not likely as there's a SpaceX launch. There's a SpaceX launch like 2 or 3 times a week now. They have landed over 100 rockets in a row. Their success rate for landings is bigger than every other rockets other than the Falcon 9 success rate for launches. Like, SpaceX is absolutely killing it in the launch market. Kessler syndrome. So at least with Starlink can't cause Kessler syndrome. The reason they have to launch so bloody many of them is coverage and bandwidth, but also because they only are up there for 5 years. They're in a very low orbit. They degrade really quickly. They had a launch a while ago where like a solar flare took out like all the satellites that they launched, and they all came down to Earth within like a couple days. Like they are very low orbit. So Kessler syndrome's not really a thing you got to worry about with Starlink. What you got to worry about for Kessler syndrome is like countries like Russia and China blowing up satellites to test stuff. What sort of temps do you need for ABS? Hotter the better. Minimum you want you want hotter than room temperature. How many rocket tubes do they make a day? Not that many. They reuse their rockets, right? And they got turnaround time down to like a month. It's ridiculous how quickly they can launch. Next launch tap will be posted later. Okay, there we go. They make a whole lot of second stages. Yeah, that's true. The second stages are disposable. That is true. So yeah, I guess you're right. But think about it. They've landed 101 rockets in a row, right? So let's round it to 100. They've landed 100 in a row, okay? And they've landed like, I think almost over 150 altogether, but it's been a while since they've had a failure. That is, there's 9 Merlin engines on the first stage. So that's 900 rocket engines that would have just been yeeted into the ocean that they just didn't. Building experience, so far so good. Few little funky things like the belt coffins for the AV motor mounts I'm not a huge fan of, but you know, the instructions are good. So, what's going on here? Oh. Wrong button. Wake me up when their landings exceed their launches. I don't think it works that way. Okay, small changes to test the movement are normal, but becoming much harder to push or binding or not. So mine moves pretty good. So now we got to run our belts. So route the belts. Okay. So the top belt goes around. Okay, so let's do this. So let's get this tape off. And don't forget, at the end of the stream, we're going to be doing a contest. What time is it? 3:30? Okay. So we're going to be doing a draw at the end of the stream. So make sure you enter for your chance to win the Polymaker filament. Link in the description. Do this now. If you've already entered, though, then you're good. Oh, God, that's going to suck. How am I going to route that around that? Oh, my God. Wait. This has to... How am I going to make it do that turn? How? Can't get in there. Zip tie, tape it to a zip tie. Zip tie's gotta get around that. Do I have zip ties? I'm running low on zip ties. It's a thin zip tie. Yeah, good point. This is stupid. This is the problem with belt coffins, because you can't easily... There we go. So this is something that would have been a heck of a lot easier if you ran them after you built the gantry, but because of the belt coffins, you can't do that. So you have to kind of... And it's stuck underneath. I'm trying to get it up and over. Come on. No, up and over, up and over. Come on. No, not. There we go. Okay. One. You think this printer is going to turn out good? Yeah, why wouldn't it? I mean, I built it. So, I'm not even going to try getting good camera angles for this. Routing Core XY, I've done it a million times. You've seen it a million times. It's just not something you get a good camera angle on. It's just... Front idlers are easy. Why can't you have a groove in the back one? This belt is way too long. Overhead. Problem is the overhead cam focuses on the frame, and it's set to autofocus, and I can't really change that easily. I have bigger zip ties for this. It's easier with a bigger zip tie, is you just run the zip tie around the corner and then you use it as a guide. I've only got these little itty bitty ones and they don't really work too well for this. Come on, piece of shit. There we go. Hopefully I didn't twist this. Yay. Yay! Okay, I don't think these need to be this long, so I'm probably gonna trim them. Okay, got that, got that, got that. Bed arm assemblies. Why are we putting the bed on now? Okay. There we go. day. A lot, trying it, I see. The moving bed core XY, there's only so many ways you can build them. Okay, on to the next part, but before that, pizza time. I gotta finish this stupid thing. Now it's cold again. Why am I doing this to myself? Why am I doing this to myself? Yeah, it needs to be warm for it to be palatable. Printers, that. Heated bed, 110 Celsius. Go. Yeah, that's gotta be warm. And no, I'm not memeing. I'm using my printer bed to heat it up. Remember when I had COVID and I was stuck in the basement for a week, and I still did my 3 streams, but I lived off of Pop-Tarts, Chef Boyardee, and Mr. Noodle, and I heated up all my Pop-Tarts and Chef Boyardee on that printer. Okay, I'm old enough. I remember McDonald's pizzas. McDonald's pizzas were better than this. Subway pizzas were better than this. This is a pita bread with like really shitty marinara sauce, shitty cheese and pepperoni, and microwave for a minute. It ain't not good. It ain't not good. Okay, so we need these parts. Okay, 1 bed arm, got the bed arms. Okay, 4 M312s. M38. I want to put the extras in there so I don't. And 512. You're an empty bag. That's Eva. M312s. Are they countersunk? Yeah, countersunk. Okay. Yeah, that was why they got rid of the. Oh no, McDonald's pizza must be a Canadian. No, it was an American thing. We had them in Canada too. It was in the 90s, and the reason they got rid of it is because they made the pizzas. So they had an oven, and it took like 5 minutes. So anytime you ordered a pizza, you had to wait, and it held up the line. So they ended up stopping it essentially. But no, it was a thing. Four of those. 4 35mm dowels. Okay. Four. Okay. What are those? 2 neodymium magnets and 4 nylocks. Oh, the magnets have screws. Yeah, come on. Yeah, I used to always get it as a kid, and then it sucked because like every time it's like, okay, pull around and wait. And 4 M3 nylocks. The mixed spaghetti. I've never had the pleasure of mixed spaghetti. Isn't that popular in Asia? Spaghetti. Okay, so the rods go in there. They just go in. Okay. See, that's the problem. This goes there. Focus there and zoom in. Woo! There we go. Hey, look at that. Okay. So the 2 rods Go in there. We got holes that they go into. Bonk. Okay, so that's in. Now you put the nylocks in the bottom. It's an avocado printer. Sure. Brazil has the best pizza. I like corn on my pizza. And then we put the magnets in. Nope. Nope. Of course, it's the one I don't have a size for. How do they work? How do magnets work? Can somebody in one sentence, how do magnets work? Magic. Okay, that makes sense. Polarity. I thought it was witchcraft. Honestly, I thought it was witchcraft. Quantum entanglement. That's also valid. That might be it. Through interactions of unpaired electrons. Okay, so voodoo. Magic. You could have just said magic. They just really like each other. When a mommy magnet and a daddy magnet. Go. And then we got to put the decouplers. So we got 3 of these. So 1, don't lose that. 1, 2, 3. So these are for the bed. Which do you prefer, the Voron or RatRig ecosystem? Consider I'm a member of the Voron team. I would say Fusebox. No, wait, Hypercube. Remember Hypercubes? You would just take all your electronics and just throw it at the bottom of the printer and call it a day. Remember those days? I remember. phase, 12. Fine. But yeah, I've got a plethora of Vorons, and this is the second RatRig. The only other RatRig I built is a V-Minion, and it's a nice printer. One of the things people like to say, Vorons are designed, you know, just for looks. Yeah, you know, it's nice, but RatRig needs to pare down their components, in my opinion. That's my biggest takeaway from building these. There is a lot of individual components in these machines, and I think they can simplify their BOM and streamline their build a bit by kind of cutting some of that down. That's pretty much my biggest takeaway that I can get from this build. And this is seeming to pan out a bit more like the V-Minion, maybe a little bit better, because the V-Minion's a small printer, and there's a lot of random parts in that small printer. This is bigger, so it doesn't seem that bad. But I haven't gotten to the EVA yet. So okay, so now we're putting these little couplers on. I guess it doesn't matter what side. Okay. What's my favorite tool to work with? My LTT store screwdriver, of course. Depends what I'm doing. Every tool has their use. Design a 500mm build? No. It would need to be a whole, like, here's the thing. You can build a V2 to 500mm. Nothing's stopping you. But Voron was not meant to be a big printer, so that's why it's 2020 for one reason, and MGN 9s. It was meant to be an Ultimaker competitor, or not a competitor, a DIY Ultimaker analog or equivalent printer, essentially. Like same market, I guess, if you would, but it's open source, obviously. Now there was one. There was the V24, which, what's 24 inches? Or no, that'd be 600, roughly. V24 is a 24 by 24 by 24 inch Voron. It was the only commercial Voron to ever exist, and there's only ever one. And the design for it was never released. So go back in time, reach out to Max, RCF, when he was getting that built, and try and buy one before he decided that, you know, opening a 3D printing company in California was dumb and open sourced everything. So take care. Okay, so that goes in there, and it looks like the screws are that way. So I don't think it really matters, but follow the picture. Yeah, it's basically, this is how they allow the Kinematic bed mount to work. So this allows, because this your bed mount and your bed sits on here, this allows it to like wobble to a degree, but still kind of keep it rigid as it does its homing, and it allows it to pivot. So. That's not the right one. Okay. And this, it looks like it's the same thing. So we need or M3. Oh no, oh no. There we go. Okay, so 4 of those. Countersunk. There we go, 2 of those. Are they a normal part? Yeah, you can buy these off the shelf. The only custom stuff on here is the metal brackets. Everything else is like an off the shelf item. Need our pins. I need 2 more of these pins. What is that? M235. 220. 235. And then what is that? M312. That's some 8. 310. Oh, we don't need this magnet. I am 312s. Oh, there's one. That's M512. Or M312s. 310. 38. M316. M3. Screw it. One, two. There we go. Is it possible to build a rat rig with blind joints? Yeah. There's nothing stopping you. Like, you can self-source a full rat rig build. Unga bugga. Unga bugga. Big stick. Okay. This is pretty much the same as the other ones. Oop. Gotta get back to work. Come on, John. We all know you don't work. You at my door? Good at pretending to work and sound smart. When I was an insurance broker, I worked in a call center, right? And I hated the job. It was shit. Did that for like 2.5, almost 3 years. But what it would be is you had to sit there. You had a computer, right? So obviously you just sit there on like Reddit all day. But what you would do is you're in the queue, right? So you're always in the queue and you're waiting for a call all the time. You're always waiting for a call. And it goes down the list who's in the queue. right? So whoever's in the queue or is waiting the longest, they get the calls first. Somebody calls in. Well, what you would do if you didn't want to deal with customers, you would be in the queue, and then what you would do is you would just hit yourself to busy really quick, and then go active. So what that will do is it'll bump you down the list because you weren't active for a second. So it would bump you back down the list and reset your counter, and somebody would move up. But they would catch you, right? They would be able to catch you because they would see. They'd be looking at the screen and they would see you go from active to like busy and then back to active really quick. So they could see if you were gaming the system. But yeah, refresh, yeah. But there might have been a way to like lag out the system so that it didn't catch that. And yeah, I totally did not abuse that. Because nothing is worse when you have 10 minutes left in your day and your average call time is 20 minutes and you're just hoping you don't get a call. So there is a way to lag it out so that they wouldn't see you do that. Okay, so we got that. Okay. So it's... Oh, you have to put it on first and then put that in. Okay, cool. So what do we mount this with? M312s. That'll get you fired. To my knowledge, nobody ever got fired for doing it. So the problem was, too, the job was commission-based. So if you weren't taking calls, you weren't making money. Like I hated the job because it was basically minimum wage plus commission. So if you weren't selling, you were making minimum wage, which at the time was like 11 something. So the only time people ever really did it was people in the service department would do it because you didn't do sales, right? You only did service. So anytime somebody called in, it was to bitch at you, or when it was the end of the day. Third-party call centers. Pretty much all call centers are third-party. Like if you're in Canada, I'm assuming it hasn't changed. But if you're in Canada here and you call Costco for insurance, or you call President's Choice for insurance, or you call Aviva, what's the other ones? Aviva, Southland. It's all the same company. It's all the same company operating out of the same building. When I worked for it, it was called Cipher Systems Group, and now it's owned by Hub. But it's just a big call center complex, and all they do is do the contracts for insurance for a bunch of different companies. So a company will come to them and be like, hey, we want to sell insurance, but we're not actually going to do it. They would open up an office there, put a few cubicles together and be like, boom, we are now Costco Insurance, Innova, or whatever it's called. And that's how they did it. So I did President's Choice Insurance for a couple years, and then Aviva. So it doesn't matter who you call. You call Costco Insurance trying to get a deal, the Costco don't do shit. Because insurance is so heavily regulated in Canada, you can't really give a lot of discounts. Oh, that's why I had those two guys. Where'd those two guys go? There they are. 19. Yeah, see, the place I was at was shit. So the problem was it was full of people that, like, when you got your commission, like, you got a commission, right, for your sale anytime you sold insurance. So, you know, you can actually make decent money doing it, but you had to work for it, and even then it wasn't that good. I made more as an apprentice at the tool shop, put it that way. It's not hurting. I mean, when the bosses show up in their Ferraris every day and gloat about how much money they're making, you don't really seem to care. Like, it's an insurance company. It's a soul-sucking business that doesn't care. Oh, those aren't for the bed. Those what am I doing? Those little things are for the those are for the lead screws. There we go. So those are 20. It's the end pieces that are for that. Okay. Yeah. All run based on multi. Well, they're insurance companies. What do you expect? M320. I was an insurance shill? No, before I was a Prusa shill, I worked in a tool shop. I was a injection mold maker. So I was a mold maker by trade. Tool and mold. So odds are, if you have a car that was built in North America, I probably did parts for it, or you know, did a tool that does parts for it, for pretty much most of the big manufacturers. Oh man, these are... Why did you wrap these up so good? I'm gonna find the end here. Okay, this is super annoying. Yeah. Okay, this is... Here, let me grab one I haven't fucked with yet. Like, are you afraid of them rusting or something? They're just rods. And they're... There we go. There we go, got one. Can't even find the end on this one. Fuck. And you can't use a knife on it because it's... What PC games have the best graphics? I don't know, all of them. They all look pretty good now. Yeah, the Harry Potter game is hard to run. Can't find the start and end of the wrap on this. The fuck? And it's too tight to cut. I can't get under it to cut. Okay, this RatRig, don't do this anymore. This is stupid. Whoever you're paying to do this, just stop paying them to do this. Or buy little cardboard tubes or something. Where's my kid at? Not in here. Torch. Yeah, because that's all I need is melted plastic all over the rail, the rod. Oh. Fortunate until it's gone. Yeah, I'm not dealing with melting plastic in my print room. I already got enough, you know, carcinogenic exposure over the years. It's smells like birthday candle now. Yeah, that did nothing. I burnt a hole in it. Yeah, that does nothing. Are there probes out there better than tap or clicky? Oh, what's better? What do you need your probe to do? Like, those probes are accurate to 1 microstep. Whatever your microstepping is, those probes are accurate to that. How could you get better than that? What am I doing? I'm trying to get the stupid shrink wrap off these rods. Unscrew it. I'm trying to unscrew it. It's kind of coming. There we go. There we go. For the microwave. I don't have a microwave in here. Can't get this unscrewed. There we go. This is so much fun. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you want to help support the channel because of this awesome content, links in the description. Check out Polymaker. We give away a spool of their filament every stream. If you're looking to buy some, There's an affiliate link in the description. It doesn't cost you anything extra and goes a long way in supporting the channel. Oh, this is the best content ever. Is a mechanical probe more repeatable than an optical? Depends on the type of probe and what you're measuring and how you're measuring. Here's the thing. Your 3D printer prints in 0.2 millimeter layers. If you're accurate within 0.00001 or 0.001, do you really think it's any difference? This was the probe in V226 before I switched to Clicky. It got good layers before, it gets good layers now. Oh, there we go. Cut out an angle. Problem is, I don't like taking a blade to these because I don't want to damage them. Don't forget the pizza. Oh, I know. I'm trying to get this wrapped up so I can. There we go. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Ooh, that worked. Okay, that worked. Should have did this from the start. Just hoping I'm not scalping the rod. This is so much fun to do live. You guys having fun? Oh. I've got so much random plastic in this room now. I mean, I had it before, but... Rocket didn't launch. The pizza shit. There we go. Bloody hell. Okay. Oh, we're gonna put that in there. Boom, boom. Now we'll go main cams. Rod and hole. Okay, so it screws into that. And then it goes into there. Done. And then I think tighten it. Yeah. Sure it's seated all the way at the bottom. Oh wait, no, that's the... That one's tightened to that. There we go. Oh my god, it spins! Okay, and then we have the other one. So let's put these on. Yeah, John, you miss so much fun stuff. Like, you have no idea. Like, the content has been riveting over the last, 15 minutes. Absolutely riveting. B-Core uses rivets? Yep. Gotta get your impact gun. Hot rivets are state of the art, remember. Yep. That's that. Okay. Prepare the lead screw constraints. Okie dokie. Preparing the lead screw constraints. So we got some big old washers, 3 of those. M612s. Those are M512s. 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's missing one? Oh wait, no, it's in here. There we go. And how we doing? We doing good. That goes in there like that. In there like that. That goes in there. That goes in there. And that goes in there. Okay. Oh, hey, Michael. You guys wrap your rods quite thoroughly. It's a lot of time to unwrap the rods. Do the palm nuts float in the trident? Nope. The palm nuts, so in the trident, it's rigid. But the bed still has its pivot point. But on a Voron, they use integrated lead screws. So your lead screw is part of the motor, which on paper, you shouldn't have wobble issues if they're good. But connectors have wobble issues potentially. So you have to kind of design around that and have a way to take out the wobble, which this does. So Remember, what pushes your motion system doesn't have, you don't want it constrained. What constrains your Z movement is the rail. You don't want this dictating where this moves. So if it's wobbling, that's fine, because this prevents it from moving as long as it's well built. Okay, so this one goes there. Where does it go? Is it flush with the... How high is that difference? Is it flush with the top? Are we doing flush with the top? That doesn't look flush with the top. Okay. Oh, well, that's one has to go there because it's got a that top rail kind of limits where it can go. What did you miss? Everything. I need a Allen key for this. Okay, and then we put wow, all the focus. Focus. No, whatever. They ain't going in. Why aren't you going in? It's not sliding on. Why aren't you sliding? Like, really, you shouldn't even have these at the top. This should be like that at most, because you don't want to constrain your rod. Yeah, these should not be, like, technically you shouldn't have these on, because you don't want to over constrain your motion system. So I'm going to leave these out. I'm going to put the little guards there just to keep it from bouncing around, but you really don't want those in, because they're going to constrain your rod. Okay, so that's on the inside there. Put those in. It's supposed to be constrained. Okay. I will fiddle with those in a second then. Trust me, you want those installed. Okay, well, we'll put them in. Figure out. Okay, where did I put them? Uh-oh. Oh, I'll put it back in here. I've got an idea. Create a random 3D printer model design by design, then try to make it work. Okay. You can press the bench there. I think it's tight on the rod. I think. Or is it tight in the part? Oh, it's tight in the part. That's what it is. Okay, in that case. Yeah, it's tight in the part. That's what it is. Well, in that case. Little bit of chamfer. Then, hey, look, a bear. There we go. There we go. Okay, now I gotta get that last one in, which is gonna suck. I think I know. Yeah. Are you in here? No. Are you in here? Where are you? Oh, there. No, here. Oh. Nope. That doesn't work. This one. Parallel pliers. Because to do it equally. Here we go. There. Okay, and that is it. So now we're on to bed and y-axis. Okay, so I think we got 20 minutes left. So I think that's a good place to call it. Because we're not going to get the bed in the next 20 minutes, and this is a nice clean end part. So we'll do the draw in a little bit, so make sure you're entered for the draw. Link in the description. Control a printer. I don't think I'm trolling. I think I'm giving good feedback. I approach every kit build I do, I approach the same way. Bamboo X1 or Voron 2.4? Do you want to unbox your printer and hit print and be fully at the mercy of the company when it comes to updates and repairs? Or do you want to have full control of your printer, but thus have to be your own quality control and build your own printer? This is for people who just want to make plastic boat. That is for people who like to tinker. Which one are you? Oh, the chat. Oh. It's actually got the crust crispy. For your Voron build, are you getting a full kit or just the motors? If you're getting just the motors, you can't go wrong with either. I do like LDO motors personally, but I've also have builds using stepper online motors without issues. So. This is the worst pizza I've ever had. Like, look at the sauce. The sauce is just red. There's nothing in the sauce. There's no oregano or seasoning of anything. It's just red. The pizza's warm. The printer's been at 100 degrees on the bed. It's warm. Why do you think it was in the printer? I was using the printer heated up. And it's for those that are wondering what this is, we talked about this on Saturday's stream. This is Tim Hortons Pizza. Tim Hortons is a coffee and donut place, but they've been shitting the bed in Canada. Well, their original market, because they're not even a Canadian company anymore. And they've been trying to like come out with like something to capture the market. So last year they tried pizza or burgers. This year they tried pizza, and it's turn off the oven. Yeah, it's already on cooldown. Like, is an RBI? No, Brazil has horrible pizza. Here's the thing. I'm from the Windsor, Ontario area. We have our own style of pizza here called Windsor pizza. Okay. It's amazing. Like, Windsor pizza is awesome. Okay. And it's like a certain style. It uses a certain type of cheese. You got shredded pepperoni. It is a thing. We have our own pizza, like how New York has their cardboard and Chicago has their soup bowl filled with marinara sauce out of bread. Windsor has its own pizza. So they're trialing this in the Windsor market of all things, and it's sharing your V400 profile. Whatever the stock one is, that's all I used. They sold all their customer data. Yeah, I refuse to download the app. I'm looking at the sauce. There's nothing in the sauce. For nutritional information, visit tinhortons.ca. Let's see what's in this pizza. Let's see, how many calories did I just eat? I'm in Canada, eh? Oh yeah, and also, roll up now. You need the stupid app to do roll up the rim, which is shit. I refuse to get their app, so you can't do roll up. Menu. Oh, I have to put in, yeah. Tim, more. Where is nutritional information? Nutrition and okay. They don't have the pizza on here. Or can you not search it? No, you can search. Yeah, they don't have the pizza on here because it's limited market right now. Let's see if they have the pizza on the menu. This is that was the worst pizza I've ever had. That is the worst pizza I've ever had. Oh, there we go. So it's 760 calories for the flatbed pizza. I went with pepperoni, so 740 calories. Yeah. That was a horrible pizza. That was a horrible pizza. I watched them make it. They took a flatbread and then they just put sauce on it, and it's so robotic. You could tell like they're like, this is how you make the pizza. You have to make exactly the same. So they have like a sauce container, like a jug. It's got 2 nozzles, and she does doop doop. So you get 4 strips of sauce out of a squeeze bottle, and then she gets her little cup and picks up 1 cup of cheese and does half. Another cup of cheese does the other half, and then a pack of pepperoni and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then she puts it in a like a oven for 1 minute, and then she put it in the box and cut it while it was in the box. So that means it bleeds through the box. You can see where she cut it, and also because you put it in the box before cutting it, you can't cut the edges. So the edges weren't cut because the wheel can't get up close enough. That was the worst pizza I've ever had. And I've had military ration pizza cold in the field. Ooh, a Rebo nozzle. That was horrible. Tim Hortons pizza. Here's the thing though. It's not disgusting. It's not bad. But there's no taste to it. Like literally it has no taste. A Little Caesars Hot and Ready is a better pizza than that. What size is that green one? 0.6, I believe. Nothing at Tim Hortons is good. I know. Even like their sprinkled donuts suck now because it's like the sprinkles are like aren't sugar anymore. They got like weird flavors to it. I'm going off somebody's comment here. Okay, let me see here. Let's see here. So this has a little sauce on it. The cardboard tastes better than the pizza. The cardboard tastes better than the pizza. The cardboard tastes better than the pizza. There's at least flavor to the cardboard. The cardboard tastes better than the pizza. What the fuck? There you go. If you get Tim Hortons pizza, eat the box it came in. There's more flavor to it. You know what's funny? Like, I had full intentions to spit that out, but like that actually didn't taste bad at all. It if anything, it's equal to the pizza, literally. Now, granted, it had some of the sauce on it. Now, the sauce is red. That's the only way I could describe the taste of the sauce was red. Benjamin Gill, $10. That was savage. I love it. Cheers. Anamana Theo, thank you for becoming a member. And you had all the grease in the cardboard. Yeah, probably. I did cut out the most flavorful portion of the box. Also, whatever the heck was on my my knife probably didn't help. Now I got pizza sauce on my apron. Did I win the filament? I don't know. We got to do that draw in a minute. Got 10 minutes. Tim Hortons sponsor incoming? I don't think it is. I don't think Tim Hortons sponsors are coming. Who added me? 1 second here. Who added me? Why am I being added at? Who added me? I can't find it. 1 second here. What's going on? Oh god, people getting political. Ugh. Don't at me if you're getting political on Discord. I don't want to see that. Order a tray with sauce next time. Can you make YouTube shorts from that clip? I might download the VOD and make a short or something. I gotta do more. I gotta do a video this week. I gotta figure out what I'm doing for a video this weekend. What steppers are in the RatRig kit? They're LDO motors. Can't believe I actually did that. Why not? It's cardboard. It ain't bad for you. Is pizza that bad? Here's the thing. The pizza isn't saying it's bad is too much of a stretch, because here's the thing. It's edible. It's not like I'm eating it, I'm going, oh, this is disgusting. It's bread with like flavorless cheese, pepperoni, and red sauce. It meets the definition of food. It looks like a pizza, and it's not disgusting. It's just got zero redeeming qualities. So. Even, yeah, like I have made pizzas where I've taken a tortilla shell, put like marinara sauce on it with a little bit of oregano and garlic powder, and then just like shredded up a mini babel, you know, the little mozzarella mini babels. I've shredded up like 2 of those, and then like pepperoni, and threw that in my air fryer for like a couple minutes, and that tasted better than this because there's seasoning in it. Don't be afraid to use seasoning, folks. Not just salt and pepper, there's more. Okay, we got 7 minutes till we do the draw. So while that's going on, I gotta get this going. I got a resin print here. I gotta take out. I need my gloves. 1 glove, 2 glove. Gotta clean up Ronnie's hat. So I am realizing my cleaning station is I've actually gone ahead and reorganized my resin corner. So it's do I have anything showing? No. So it's actually a little bit more organized than it normally is. Because I've gotten rid of 2 of the resins. I only got the 1 resin now, the Anycubic. And I got I got some mats out, and I got pliers for cleaning stuff, and it's actually not that bad of a setup right now. The only downside is I got nowhere to put these lids when I take them off the printers. I gotta like just put it somewhere. Oh, okay, well there's goo in the hat. Lychee Slicer goes way overkill with supports on default settings. I gotta play around with the support settings on Lychee Slicer. It is way overkill with these supports. Like, everything comes out good. It's just... They don't skimp on the supports, put it that way. The supports off. Yeah, okay. Go in there. Go there. Go there. And by the way, I am completely out of ISO right now. I had to fill up my tank, my wash and cure station. I am completely out of ISO. I might do I think I am going to do a review on that. It's been a while since I've done resin. Resin doesn't do shit for views though. But maybe I won't do a review. Maybe I'll do like a topic. Oop, actually, flip that over. Like, talk about should you buy a resin printer or something like that. The hat floats. No, sink, go down. There you go. Wash, go. Printer handle, a 3mm hook on the wall to hold it. Yeah, I need to get a flex plate. That's one thing I don't have on any of my resin printers is flex plates. No, I found zip ties. I found zip ties. I found this. I got zip ties. But I'm heading to Costco today, so I gotta buy more ISO. Make hooks to put them. Yeah, I can do that. What model of LDO? I don't know. All LDO motors are good from everything I've used, except the only issue I had issues with the high temp 0.9s, I think it was. Were the only ones I had issues with. I gotta check who liked that video because I added Tim Hortons. I'm hoping they didn't like it. No, they didn't. Good. How much ISO? I don't know. It's been a hot minute since I bought it. They sell it in like the 1 liter little jugs. So. High Point C9. No. Why would I buy a High Point? Denatured alcohol, and you just need to filter it. Well, I filter what I use the shitty little paper filters that you get with these resin machines. I use this to filter my ISO. So like that right there is filtered and it's pretty good. The Balrog of Morgul that I printed, I didn't clean my ISO beforehand, and you can see I've got little like white specks of dried ice or dried resin all over them from the bath. So I filtered it all and it's all good now. So 4-pack of ISO. Yeah, that's usually what I buy. I think I don't have any empty jugs anymore because I threw them out. But I am out of ISO. What I normally do is I transfer it to this jug, because this jug is what my normal cleaning jug that I just keep out and about. It's got a little spout. but this is also empty. Okay, let's do a draw. We got 1 minute. So if you haven't entered, you got to do it like right now because I'm about to close it. So. Yeah, resin printing is a pain, but I mean, like, resin is an absolute nightmare to work with. But you're never going to do this with FDM. Okay, you could like ignore the little nubs from the standoffs or support, but you could see the cloth texture in her hood. Like, you could see the fabric texture in the print. You don't get that with FDM. You don't get that fine detail with FDM. And resin printers aren't that expensive. The problem is you need a resin printer, you need a silicone mat of some sort, you need rubber gloves, you need a wash station, you need a cure station. I have a wash and cure. It's a combo unit. It's too small for this machine. The Balrog barely fit. I had to wash them half at a time. And then you got to be careful because it's a wash and cure. If you accidentally set that to cure when you have the wash basin in there, all the resin that's floating in the ISO hardens up, and it's a pain to clean it out. You got to basically filter it all or throw it out and restart. It stinks. It's a mess. It gets on everything. Wash in ISO, then warm water. Usually that's what I do. That's what I did for these two prints in the Balrog. I did that. Resin is toxic. Yep, you can't get it on. Don't let it get on your skin. Okay, let's do our giveaway. Then I gotta go to Costco and get some real food. Cancel. No more responses. Ooh, somebody got in late. Great. And then what else? We're going back to the V2 on Tuesday, or correction, Saturday night is back to the V2, hopefully. And Friday stream is going to be a printer and chill. We got a printer and potentially computer and chill stream. So the stream will probably look a little different because I'm going to have to stream from my laptop because we're going to rebuild the stream computer and put some upgrades in it. So got a Cam Link Pro here that we're going to put in that. Will he be join Rocky Mountain Rep Fest? I am! And I officially have a sponsor for it now. Well, the main sponsor. I'm trying to get more sponsors to help offset everything, but they have a sponsor, so shout out to Fabrico. Okay. Somebody give me a number between 11 and 18. 11 and 18. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Round and round she goes. Where it stops, I don't know. Some computer algorithm probably knows. Red 5. Standing by. Red 5. Let me pull you up here. There you go. You are a real human being. So congratulations. You'll get an email from me after the stream ends with how to get your filament. So congratulations. Ooh. Oh, this feels solid. Camlink Pro. Nice. So no more USBs. This will give me 4 HDMI in on the computer. So this just goes in there, which I'm assuming you can plug an 8X into a 16X. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. I'm assuming it does. It just doesn't use all the lanes. Yeah, just slots in. So we're gonna have a cam link in it. We got 32 gigs of RAM, an actual hard drive that actually gives me room, because right now I don't have room. Why did I close chat? Where'd chat go? Chat, where'd you go? Chat. Where's chat? Chat, where'd you go? I missed you so. It like minimized for some reason. Oh, with the Attain Mini. Well, here's the thing. This is like normally 300 plus US, and I got it for like 200 something Canadian. So it was on sale. So I couldn't really say no. But yeah, so we got a Ryzen 3700X, 32 gigs of RAM, a random 480 gig SSD. It's a Corsair. The video card is gonna, I got a 1060 in it now. I'm gonna upgrade it to a 1070 that somebody's sending me. So we're gonna rebuild this tomorrow, and then the stuff that was in that computer is gonna go in the Unraid. So. Anycubic Cobra. I like the SV06. Personally, I think the SV06 is better than pretty much all the B-wheel bed flingers. So. Plug it into the DIMM slot. I don't think this will fit in the DIMM slot, but the video card will go there, and this is a, it'll go down here probably. So. The same case. The case ain't bad, but holy hell does it collect dust. But I do like Elgato's products. I've had good luck with them in the past, so I kind of like, I wouldn't say I'm simping for them, but they make good stuff. So this is what went in the new computer. So there's the that. There's the fancy. I'm gonna post the PC Master Race shot. That's it all built. There's the I post to Twitter and try to notice me senpai with the LTT stuff. That's the back. I stole the USB card that I have in here, so I'm actually missing some stuff that I normally use on stream because I don't have the USB plugged in. Because I stole this card for this, because this thing only has 5 USB, and the computer upstairs I've got keyboard, mouse, Speed Deck for editing, DaVinci Speed Deck, controller, VR headset, throttle and control stick, joystick, and then like 2 other things. I've got like 8 normal USB devices on my computer, so I needed the extra. There it is, and then I printed a little standoff to prevent GPU, like a little jack screw. It's printed in glow in the dark PLA. So yeah, not a bad computer. But that was the first time I built a full-size ATX computer in years. I've been doing M8TX in smaller cases for the past little while, and oh my god, so much room for activity. So much room for activity. SSD. Yeah, it's got it's a Gen 3. It's a Gen 3 1 terabyte NVMe for the boot drive and programs. And then I have a 1.6 terabyte SSD that I use for Steam and all the games. Because games are stupid huge. Like the first thing I did after I got it built, I went into Steam and I'm like, okay, what are the games that I'm probably gonna be playing over the next little while? I need to reinstall those. So I had to go and put like, you get over there. I had to put Elden Ring back on it, the Mass Effect games because I want to play through those. I ended up downloading like 300 gigs of stuff yesterday. So that's the advantage of high-speed internet. I can download 300 gigs of stuff in like an hour. Also, make sure after you resin wash it, make sure it's dry before you put it in the cure station. Because if you have like, if it's wet, you'll affect the finish. Yeah, 20. Well, that's the thing. I don't need as much storage as I used to because I have the server. So we're gonna, when we rebuild the server on Friday, I'm putting another 4 terabyte drive that I have now because I sent one out for RMA. But when I did that, I also bought a replacement so I could put in a replacement right away, just in case I don't want to lose both my drives. So I'll have 12 terabytes on the server, which I edit in 4K. Each one of my videos is anywhere from 20 to 30 gigs of raw footage in the final render. So yeah. Post a bunch of lid holders. Awesome. I'll print some out. Okay, we're going to end it there. I got to go to Costco. We're going to end the stream there. So again, shout out to RatRig and the team there for sending me this printer. Next week, we'll carry on with the bed and the tool head, I think. And then we'll probably get 3 or 4 more streams out of it. So shout out to them. Again, no contract or anything like that. They just sent me the printer and told me to build it. So I am. 12 terabytes, rookie number. I know, but the 4 terabytes were on sale, and in a year and how long have I had the server up for? Can you see when your install date is? You can't. Okay, but anyways, I've had it up for almost a year and a half now, and I am using, of the 6.1 terabytes of usable storage on the server right now, I'm using just under 2. Or no, sorry. No, of the 8 terabytes on the server, I'm using just under 2, and I still have just over 6 free. So there you go. I don't hoard movies and stuff. Like, pretty much the only thing on the server is like phone backups and YouTube stuff. So I'm gonna call it there. I'm gonna have to go get some actual food in me because that was not food. So yeah, so I'll see you Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern for printer building stuff. So for those that donate to the channel, gifted memberships to others, and did I screw it up? Or became members yourself, thank you. I would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create without your continued support. You make it all possible. And also shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament that we gave away. So I will see you Friday. It's Wednesday. Wow, this really throws me off. This is really throwing off my week. Be safe out there, wash your hands, and I will see you in day after tomorrow. Bye. Don't eat Tim Hortons pizza. Don't.